whole roasted cauliflower and whipped mashed potatoes, covered in the most luscious gravy. Today, we're combining the unusual to make the extraordinary. Let's dig in. First up, we got the star of the show, the cauliflower. I'm using a medium head of cauliflower, and the first thing we need to do is slice off the bottom part containing the leaves and the core. But make sure you leave the main part of the core intact because we want this to hold together as it bakes. We're also going to make this recipe zero waste by repurposing the cauliflower leaves and also the skin of the potato, which you'll see in a bit. Next, we're mixing our marinade. I like to get the dry spices in first. A teaspoon of turmeric and garlic powder, half a teaspoon onion powder, salt, and black pepper. This marinade is packed with flavor and will coat our cauliflower beautifully. Wait, almost forgot the oil. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. We're gonna set this aside until we're done pre-cooking the cauliflower. In a large pot, we're gonna bring together 4 cups of mushroom broth. You could certainly use a veggie stock here, but I'm looking for those deeper flavors, which I feel you get from the mushrooms and that umami taste. Once it's boiling, carefully place the cauliflower inside, cover and reduce the heat to simmer. We're going to let that cook for just about 3 to 4 minutes, just enough to slightly soften the cauliflower and make it a bit tender. With this done, we're gonna take it out and place it on the wire rack and let that cool for just about 10 to 15 minutes. It's also gonna be important that you dry it off well because later in the roasting process, we wanna get those crispy bits on the edges. We're gonna quickly here blanch cook our cauliflower leaves, and then I'm using a small sieve to remove all the small particles. From here, we're still not done with the mushroom stock. Toss your potatoes in and let them cook for about 10 to 15 minutes or until they're fork tender. I go so far as cooking them until they're almost falling apart. All right, now that the cauliflower is cool, it's nice and dry, it's time to add our marinade. I like to use a pastry brush. This helps me get in between the edges and crevices. This marinade is going to give us that beautiful, deep golden color. I'm also gonna take these potato skins and get them crispy at the same time the cauliflower is in the oven. Hit it with some oil. I'm using an all-purpose seasoning here, and then into the oven we go. The cauliflower's heading in at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're roasting for somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. Our skins will head in too, and that should be done in about 10 to 15 minutes. So that part was really easy. Make sure you're setting a timer so you don't lose track of everything that you got going on. Obviously, you don't need to repurpose the cauliflower leaves right now, and the potato skins, you could also save those for a bit later. But if you're feeling like you're pretty good at this, it's pretty efficient to get it all done in one shot. By the way, cauliflower leaves taste very similar to like cabbage. Okay, so cauliflower's in the oven. Our potatoes should be ready. You could use this or something similar, or even a slotted spoon. Now transfer your potatoes into a large bowl. We're gonna be adding a 1/4 cup of vegan butter, a half a teaspoon of salt, keeping in mind that often vegan butters already contain salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. With our hand mixer ready, while we're whipping, we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup unsweetened and unflavored dairy-free milk. If you're a bit hesitant on using a hand mixer, simply use a potato masher and go after it. Regardless of your method, these potatoes are so soft and so fluffy, and they absorbed like So much broth. It is so good. Now the gravy that you will drink by the cupful. I'm using the reserved liquid that has the flavors of the previous dishes we boiled into it. While packing those flavors in, a small amount of our liquid evaporated. For me, it was about 2 tablespoons shy of the 2 cups that I need to make my gravy. So add it in. And to keep dishes minimal, we're gonna use the same pot we used for the potatoes. That also helps more flavor get in there. It's just like, take that elbow, get in there. Okay, maybe not that aggressive, but you know what I mean. In the pot goes our 4th cup vegan butter to melt. I'm pulling this together over medium heat, and once the butter's all liquid, I'm adding in a teaspoon of onion powder, followed by 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. You could use a gluten-free flour also to get this to work. Almond, chickpea, any of those work well, along with many others. Taking into account the fact that it will change the taste a bit because some of those do come with a bit of a flavor. The next most neutral thing you could do is make a cornstarch slurry. I feel like I said that kind of weird, but I wouldn't add that in right now. That slurry I would add in a bit later, towards the end. A 4th teaspoon of salt and pepper are also added in here, and then we're whisking constantly until this basically forms something of a paste, and you should start to smell the blooming of the spice. Then slowly, with a whisk, stir constantly as you slowly pour the reserved 2 cups of mushroom broth. This will help you avoid any lumps. Yes, I purposely avoided saying the 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. Cook the gravy until it thickens. And don't forget, at the end, give it a small taste and adjust the seasonings. Excitement ensues. Everything at this point is ready to come together. You drop the potatoes, then crown the potatoes with this beautifully roasted golden cauliflower, and just bathe everything in the most delicious brown tasty gravy. That's it. This full recipe can be found linked in the description, or you can head on over to my website, makeitdairyfree.com. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for commenting and liking. I appreciate you. Until next time, believe in good. Peace.